Every single time my cameras go live and there's a woman sitting across me, I get really excited because we're about to have conversations that have never been had before. And these individuals, you probably have met them, speaking in public because they are very wonderful women. But the things we uncover on this show, the things we unpack on this show, it's never been said anywhere before. You're welcome to the dish right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Mensah. I am excited to be here. You see the smile on my face. I'm too excited. My guest today, she is a loaded woman. I watch her and I'm like, we know rich, we still learning, we know rich. But she is an incredible young woman and she's doing amazing. We want to say thank you to the GC brand, and Telecel for holding us down. If you're just joining us, for the very first time, you made the right choice. You're about to hear great conversations, so stay right here with me. But let me walk you through the room a little bit. Get to know about The Dish. Now, The Dish is a vibrant, inspiring show that celebrates women, their stories, and the impact they make. Now, every week we bring a powerful woman who brings us powerful conversations that spotlight leadership, innovation, and purpose. This season, our theme is women who give. Women who pour into other women, of course, who give to their communities, who give to their families, and of course they gain because when women grow, influence and support one another, the entire communities or entire nation, let me put it that way, will rise to become the best version of themselves. And so today, it's no different. This evening, it is no different. My guest is going to be doing justice to the conversation this evening. Again, welcome to the show. The show is proudly brought to you by the GC brand and Telecel. Thank you for making these topics or these conversations more powerful than they already are. Now, we're going to be getting into what it would take for this conversation to happen. Before we get into that, I want us to take a look at what the GC brand has for you in terms of brand, in terms of product, and of course the Telecel as well. Now, before we get into our conversation this evening, there's a message from our sponsors. Yes, looking for a perfectly stronger, healthier, and beautifully straight hair without irritation on your salon, relax, or of course retouch days, then try the new BO16 no lie hair relaxer and thank me later. This BO16 is specially crafted 3-in-1 formula, strengthens and straightens and of course protects your hair, leaving it with long lasting smoothness and radiant shine. It is gentle on the scalp and enriched with shea butter, coconut oil, and olive oil to nourish your hair. In just 3 simple steps, you will experience the silky smooth hair you've always dreamed of every day. Choose BO16 no lie hair relaxer for a gentle yet powerful transformation that lasts now. And of course, that is, wow, I wish you saw my actual hair. It's straight, it's silky, it's beautiful. You don't know. Available now in stores and of course supermarkets near you. New BO16 no lie hair relaxer. Express yourself. The GC brand. It's all about you. Now, I want you to meet my guest for today. Let's take a look at this. Indeed, there you are. Tonight, my guest is a visionary strategist and empowerment architect whose work amplifies women's voices, builds economic opportunity, and positions leaders for influence in a digital world. Before she joins me in the studio, let's learn a little bit more about her, and that is what you just watched, actually. So I don't know what I want to go and see again. Now, let's get to meet her in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Jannice Tagoe. I had to do that one for you. The Tagoe. I had to do that one for you. Miss Tagoe.
Hi.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Yourself?
You see, this girl, she likes to intimidate people.
Hey.
She came here to come and show me that she's beautiful. Like, she came to show me that, you see me in those pictures. I'm come to show you myself. You look absolutely stunning. I'm jealous of your skin.
Really?
What do you do? Show me.
I haven't even gotten there yet.
Hey, show me the way. Show me the way. But how are you doing? Good?
Okay, I haven't been well for some time, but it's much better now.
Ah.
Okay, yeah.
said the job is the job, eh?
It's a job, so you have
The job
to
is the
represent
job. The job is
regardless.
the job. You got to show up for it any day. Well, let's run through. A lot of people see you on social media. They see the beautiful pictures, which, by the way, girl, you have to show me though. I promise you. Whatever you do to keep your image on social media, this ain't tax. In fact, working together with who you truly are, I think that's really fascinating. That's something that fascinates me about you. To be honest, you're very consistent with the image you put out there. Before they meet the person that we're coming to talk to, how have you been able to put yourself in that space consistently? I've never seen you bad hair day, bad makeup day, bad clothes day. I've never seen you. How you did do 'em?
Intentionality and strategy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I always say this wherever I'm being called or questioned. I always say that if you always have it in here about who you are, who you want to be, you'd always come prepared that way. Because I don't see the reason why I want to be that. Then the next day you see me, no sloppy days.
No. You will not be
No.
caught on fresh.
No, never to be caught on fresh.
Now, your journey spans digital strategy,
Right.
brand consultancy, and women's economic empowerment. What first inspired you to build a career at the intersection of branding and leadership?
I think this comes from personal experiences.
Okay.
First, yeah, because I think right from school, I was the type that whenever I see you, there's something I need to correct about you. Like I have to say it. Oh, it could be better this way. You could do that. Oh, that product. Why don't you do this? Fix that. Have a flat. Have it. No, your logo could be that way and all of that. Then I was like, no, what I'm doing means something. I should get to understand what I'm doing. And then, lucky enough, I fell into the hands of a mentor or somebody I was working with who was also in the same path and on the same path. And I was like, nah, this is it. Let me follow it. People are talented. People have the skills and all of that, but we're not seeing them. They're not getting opportunities just because they are not well positioned. And we do not really understand what they're doing or the value of whatever they're doing. And that's how I fell into it.
That's how you felt. So you kind of like stumbled into it.
Yes, exactly. It was not planned.
But what would you have done if you didn't stumble into this opportunity?
The trajectory I was on, I think I would have been in the sciences. Maybe seen me on the field, maybe building your house or something.
But yeah. I think you strike me as such a person. As you're saying it now, I think I can see it.
Yeah.
Now building Diana, architecture,
metals near dinner, me helmets, but
God had better plans.
Yes, he sure
had
did.
better plans. Anyway, you've helped individuals, brands, and organizations strengthen their influence in an increasingly digital world. Again, your focus is more on the digital space, I believe. Now, what do you think is the biggest misunderstanding leaders have about visibility today? I think it's a good question. I love this. Let me put them together. Nami.
I think it used to be looks. When I say used to, I mean just few years ago. It used to be the looks, appearances, and all of that. But it's visibility now, and people think, or let me say, these brands or individuals think it's about noise or being everywhere. Nah, it's really not it. It's being remembered. You can go and come back and boom, we still remember you because of the value you give to us, because of the story, because of the impact. So it's really not about the noise. It's not about being aggressive. You can be calm and confident because when I listen to you from the listener's point of view, it should be like, she comes off very calm, but she knows her stuff. She knows what she's about. She's well put and collected. So it's not about noise. It's not about being all together. It's not about being here, there. Coming up with very noisy campaigns here and there. But let the value be understood. Let the work be understood. Let us get the concept of what you're trying to build. And that's it. Whenever you come, we there for you.
There for you.
Exactly.
And let's stay on that a little bit. Would you say that this is a strategy that works for every brand, or there are brands that you need to give that noise?
Well, when it comes to strategies, sometimes you need to be for organizational brands, right? You need to be in the faces of people. People need to hear you. So that part, we can talk about the actual or physical noise. Because when you're going, like doing campaigns, floats, you can't say you don't play music and all of that. That's the physical part of it. But when it comes to, as we were saying, we're talking about branding, the digital aspect of it. Clarity. That's all that matters. Whether it's a personal brand, organization. When it comes to individuals, it's about your story. It's about the value. It's about the impact. When it comes to organizations, it's about culture. It's about the belief systems. It's about the structure they have created. But in all of that, both, it's clarity. Letting us understand what is being done and
Nobody
what you're...
should. Your image shouldn't be ambiguous. People shouldn't start
Exactly.
wondering what is this really.
It's just like we can. I mean, it's gotten to. I almost told you before we started that you guys are doing. We are doing well. You're everywhere now. Like when I see X something, I know that's MX24. Exactly. It's not even about the colors.
Thank you.
But
We have brand strategies here.
Yes. I mean, I see programs. I see flyers. You're looking down there. You don't have to stretch and look like. As soon as you see that, you know it's MX24. You guys are really doing well.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
it's amazing.
Thank you. So clarity,
Yeah.
you say, should be the focus of every brand, and that's what you've brought to the brands that you've worked with. Now, the Alliance of Women's Economic Development International focuses on mentorship, networking, and opportunity generation. How did this initiative begin, and what gap were you responding to?
Well, I just looked at my mother.
Wow.
After talking to me, telling me her story, I just realized she sacrificed so much, and she just put herself last, and she lost so many opportunities because of that. But this is a talented woman, right? Up until recently, she used to perm my hair for me. She used to style my hair. She used to do everything. Like she used to dress me. Like my mom is like my stylist. Yeah. And nowadays, let's say maybe I'm doing my own stuff, getting people on board and all of that. But she used to do everything for me. And I'm like, nah, mom, it's not supposed to be like that. So why can't I put something together? And it's not just her. I've seen so many people around here. I've even met so many young ladies, and they have so much inside. But it's the confidence. The society I am in kind of frowns on what I'm trying to do. There haven't been cultural conversations trying to accept the kind of ambitions that young women of today have. You understand? So I'm like, no, I need to put together something with structure. Because over the years, I have mentored. Without structure, I even mentored. I have spoken. I always say that you're here in Jannice because I refuse to keep quiet, no matter where you put me. In schools, small teams and everything, they all come in numbers of 100, 250 and all of that. I have spoken to people one way or the other, but now why don't I put a structure together where I can have these women come together? Not just everybody, but somebody with something that can be worked with. Put them together. It could be mentorship. It could be finding opportunities for them. Access. It's not just about talking. We've done a lot of that now. But give us access. We are doing businesses. I mean, aside going to the bank for a loan or crowdfunding and all of that, can we have access to some small funds, micro grants and all of that to help these women do the things they're doing? Can we have mentors? Can we see women seeing other women business leaders doing well? Because from my corner, if I see you doing amazing, then I am inspired. I can be like, okay, I can actually do it too. I should see that. Now, what kind of platforms are projecting that for us today? For instance, we have shows on television, on YouTube and all of that. I don't see one that is solely dedicated to women.
Well, you have one now.
Okay, kudos to you guys.
Oh, yeah. That's what the dish is. Again, maybe what I have to now do is add women to the tagline, because a lot of people actually think other people, no, only women on this platform.
So you guys are realizing that the clarity is not straight. We don't get it that it's just for women.
Unfortunately, it actually is very unfortunate that we're having this conversation, because a better part of my career on television, I've been hosting women-centered conversations.
Wow.
From Radio XYZ to GH1 to Star FM to here.
It's all about women.
I've always had a show that catered to women only. But when we go and say it right now, they'll say that we are doing women empowerment propaganda.
No.
But
Please.
It's unfortunate that we've done all of this work, but people still don't know. For even an industry player like you, didn't know that there was a show called Toast, or even on TV3, there's a women's circle. Then there was a Wade the show. I had a show like that. I forgot it very early in my life. Something extra.
Right.
And they were all women-centered shows. We're supposed to discuss, or we discussed women problems very, very long time ago, like some 13 years ago. So I'm saying this to say that there has been, but it's probably not enough.
I don't think it's about the numbers.
Yeah.
It's still about the story. how we are projecting the word out there. Maybe we are not telling the story well. We need to shape it properly.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why when you encounter me or in any of the initiatives that I put together, right, I need you to be confident about what you're doing. Don't wait for anybody to clap for you. You understand me? When I'm doing my stuff, I post it on my socials. Before somebody picks it and calls me, oh, hey, we saw you doing that, this. Oh, we saw you doing that. Because we're in a society where you need to blow your own horns. Pardon me. Like, you really need to blow your own... Exactly.
The reverse used to be the case.
Right.
Where you have to do it for people to notice and blow your horn for you. Now you
need to blow your own horns, because it's like, when I don't say myself, you're not here. You're refusing to see it. So now I have to, Yeah, so I'm like, okay, let's put our word together and see what we can do for this woman in a very structured manner. When they leave, they're like, okay, this organization helped me, it shaped me, it made me realize that there's something in me that I need to, lack of a better word, like let's say groom, right? They groomed whatever was in me for it to come out in a better way, and now I know better. I can step out and do magic.
Indeed, indeed. Now, the next line of question, I have to accuse Jannice a little bit. Jannice and I had this conversation.
Okay.
Jannice told me that, Mimi, I want to do this thing. Let's do it together. Only to wake up in the morning on social media. Even by the way, I was very excited when I saw. I was like, oh my God, this girl is wild. She had already done it. See, I've never said it to her before.
What's it?
So now I'm going to say it now.
Okay.
What do you guys say? How do you guys say? She cut me out.
Hey.
Let him pay me. Now you host wait. So the platform LinkedIn Women's Connect Summit.
Now I know. I wish I could light up that.
When I don't know whether it was at the very first instance when she had the idea, but I was probably one of the first people you spoke to about that project. Yes. I knew that it was going to be great. Even I was going to use that platform to understand LinkedIn properly.
Better.
Yes.
Because
you at the time had taken off.
Yeah.
Do you know when we're dreaming of ChatGPT never existing? These girls were there, not there. So you host a platform such as LinkedIn, Women's Connect Summit, and Brand Right workshops. Now, what impact have these platforms had on young women and emerging professionals? We're talking LinkedIn, we're talking branding right. My very first time watching you. So I was like, who is this daring girl? You were on GH1 with Ijabeng.
Yeah.
And you were like, you don't have to. I'm like, hey, this girl is telling us that we the PR mad people, we are mad. That we say they should go and jump on the social media and take advantage of it. She said, no, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I said, who is this girl? Who dared this girl? And by the way, I was that girl who doesn't want to come out. But all my brands that I was working with, I was pushing them in people's faces. Yeah. Me, I was at the back. It's like, okay, now let's pick up a few things. So I did learn from you, this for sure. Right. I did learn from you that it wasn't about the noise. And you mentioned that this about 4 or 5 years ago, you said clarity was what was important. I remember I was sitting in the couch, I think it was somewhere in my mom's house or something like that, and I was watching you, and you were sitting with Hijabi, and I said, wow, this is what I need, because me, I don't want to be in people's faces. I don't want to do all of these extra things. But if she says this is what it is, then that's when I followed you on social media. So let's get into it. Your LinkedIn Women Summit, and then the Brand Right workshop. What impact has it had on the women that you've come across? What are some of the stories? Tell us.
It really gladdens my heart when I see some of them now, because they've come up with initiatives of their own. I'm like, okay, there's one lady who is doing so well. I think it's the first time I'll be mentioning her, but she was at the LinkedIn Women's Summit. She's a dietitian. And now she's come up with something of her own, Diet with D. And I think yesterday I saw something, she's like, okay, you guys expected there's something coming up and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. How do you set yourself apart from a saturated market, right? Trust me, everyone is doing something you're thinking about now, something you have thought of, something you're even planning right now. There's somebody who's done it, you get me? But you need to think of creative ways to be different and stand out. And that is what I teach these young ladies. But trust me, whatever you have in mind, research, read, think, be innovative, be creative. Like, think of something. You understand me? There's nothing new under the sun. You can pick up an idea from somewhere you know, add something to it,
Yeah.
a bit of flair, make it different. It's like a fashion designer.
Yeah.
You pick inspiration from somewhere, add your tidbits to it, and then you're different. Do something, and that, I mean, you stand out. People call you, and then it's amazing. I'm seeing all of them. Everybody's doing that. Everybody's doing this. I'm like, okay, go you guys,
Busy.
go you guys. It's beautiful. So that's what I do. Trust me. I always find. There's this lady she inspires me too. Lara Acosta. I think she's Mexican or something. She says, find 1,000 ways to say the same thing all the time.
All the time. All the time.
All the time. Just find
All
a
the
1,000
time.
ways to say it.
Yes, it's the same
You
thing I'm
understand?
saying.
It's like you're selling.
Yeah.
And every day we need to come up with content,
Yeah.
different strategies to sell the same product. It's the same way. All right? You're going to give us one thing. I started with brand rights. 1, 2. It started becoming virtual and all of that. I'm like, JJ, think of something different. Think of something different. Then I moved to passion for profit. Then we had that as well. That one I brought other facilitators on board. Let's do something. They did something different. JJ, think of something else. You're now on LinkedIn, and I mean, you're pushing an agenda. People are following you. You're teaching. You're getting the numbers. What can you do for someone for them to be inspired, for them to be different? I'm like, okay, let's do the LinkedIn Women Summit because LinkedIn permits a LinkedIn local event, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that because it's been years. In other countries, they are doing it. Other cities, it's been done. But in Ghana, it has not been done before. It's not, and I'm like, okay, they can even take that one. I don't want to do it. I want to do my own LinkedIn Women's Summit. Now they are blaming. They're like, you this one, you're biased. You're always doing these things for women. But I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It's a men's world. You guys have been pushed already. I mean, you're always saying women empowerment is everywhere now. But when we still check the statistics, we are nowhere close to the top. You understand me? So, yeah. And like, you guys, think of something. When I put you girls together, I don't want to do the thinking for you. Else, when I leave you, you refuse to brainstorm. I don't want to spoon feed you. You understand? So I always come up with these initiatives, find different ways and means. We're talking the same thing, but different ways to be creative about it. And that's just it.
I think the conversation just started. This icebreaker, okay? So we're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, Jannice is still in my couch. We're still talking. And today, before we leave here, you see why we brought her here. Today, we're doing a bit of understanding your brand and also getting to know her as an individual. So stay right here with me. We'll be right back after this. You're welcome back from that break. This is still The Dish on MX24. My name is Miriam Mensah. I'm still sitting with a very gorgeous Jannice Tagoe, brand strategist, digital development coach. Now, she will help your brand. You're welcome back here. I want to say a big thank you to the GC brand. But for your family, I have a recommendation for you. You're a new mom or you're a mom that is struggling with the product that will take care of your family, both the girls and the boys. Well, I've got a product for you, baby boy and baby girl kit from the GC brand. Looking for the perfect pack to keep your baby refreshed, clean and smelling delightful. Well, discover baby boy and baby girl kit, your ultimate baby care solution. Each kit includes baby powder, cream, pomade, head to toe shampoo and wash, solution, lotion, oil, cologne, bar soap, and a bonus sponge with every purchase. So every time or every item is meticulously crafted for healthy, beautiful, and soft baby skin. Now choose blue for baby boys and pink for baby girls, okay? Baby boy, baby girl, kids, everything you need to keep your baby happy and well cared for. Available now for loving parents like you who just wants to be a mom. The GC brand, it is all about you. Back in the studio, Jannice Tagoe is here. She's sitting down patiently waiting for me to come back with my problems. JTN Media
Right.
has become known for modding, brand architecture, and executive visibility. How important is storytelling in shaping influence today?
Let me use your platform to do something quickly.
Please do.
For those of you who know me Jannice Digital, we ourselves, we have rebranded.
Yes.
We have restructured.
Yes.
So now it's JTN Media.
Yes.
That's it. It's no
Yes.
longer Jannice
Yes.
Digital.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we go through series of restrategy and all of that. And for some best reasons, I'm like, nah, it has to be JTN Media now. I mean, they still have my name in there.
Yes.
So yeah, it's no longer Jannice Digital. And yes, storytelling. It is important. People are no longer concerned, let me say, not particularly concerned about the products, because anybody can come up with a bad product.
Yeah.
I normally say that bad products are even selling. They're
Yeah.
making more money.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because of advertisement and all of that.
Yes.
So it's the human connection. That's what we need. Okay, because you realize that those who tell their stories a lot now get people to follow through. You understand? We are not saying you should come and tell us your whole life on social media. Don't come and tell us everything. But look at the parts where we can draw inspo from, the parts that connect to what you're doing, the parts that can get them to relate whatever you're doing. You realize that anytime I bring a personal story out, I just coin it into something else. And then it's linked. There's synergy between that and what I do personally. So you don't know what's happening in my life. I choose to show you what I want to show you.
Yeah, you're still in control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I choose to show you what I want to show you. But at the end of the day, whatever story I'm telling you is to, just change something, kick something, you motivate you in one way or the other. So for me, I think it's important. People need to learn that art of storytelling now. Don't just come and tell you, I do this, I do this, I do that, I do that. No, please. Let's be creative about how we tell the story. I mean, and it's an art, it's a skill. If you don't know, come and let's teach you.
Yes, JTN is here to teach you. If you do not understand the impact of storytelling, well, JTN is here to help make that happen for you. Trust me. See, there's something about brands and trust.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the PR space as well. So I always say that if before I start working with you, I have 3 questions I have to ask you.
Okay.
The question number 1 is, do you think you trust me? Not do you trust me?
Right.
Do you think you trust me? Do you think you can trust me? Wherever you heard my name from, is it a trustworthy source? These are my 3 questions to my brand. Anybody who has worked with me, I sit with you, these are my 3 questions. Once I'm done asking you those questions, depending on what your answers are, we can move forward. I'm telling you this humbly, Jannice. I have met with brands and I've told them that I am not the girl you're looking for.
Right.
This is who you're looking for. And I'll connect them to the people. I'm telling you. This has happened so many times. Some of my friends will tell you that, Mimi, this is something. I said, you think I can do this?
Yeah.
I cannot do it because I see the end result and I don't see myself following through with this. This is what I want to stay in this area. And so it's not me limiting myself. I'm saying that let's build our brands on trust, where they say that when you're looking for digital advertisement, a digital strategist, if you don't call Jannice, your business, your campaign is dead.
Exactly.
And so I think this will be a couple of months ago. I'm with a firm as well, and we plan on working on a project. And I told them that the way we want to metamorphosize this project is not me. I'll be at the back so that this man will push, because this is not my forte.
Yeah.
And when I said he couldn't believe it, I told him that I can't. This is you. Yeah. This is all you. So building trust is something I am completely big on. And when I look at you, I cannot see how a brand cannot say that they will not trust you. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I told my story to tell. That if you want your brand to be visible in the right way and the story be told right, when you look at Jannice, you cannot say that it does not correlate. Like, trust Jannice, they're in the same room to build a brand that, is respected, is admired, aesthetically pleasing. And no, that part, no. And I think that the formats, I've switched it a little bit, but it's aesthetically pleasing.
You're looking for 1,000 ways to say it.
No. I trust you for anybody who wants to rebrand to their image. Yeah, and I think that you've earned that. Now, your work with institutions, SMEs, and thought leaders, what differences do you observe between building a brand for an individual and building one for an organization?
So this goes back to something I mentioned earlier. I was saying that there is a difference. Yeah, when it comes to a person, So I started something with GTN, yeah, because I mean, as you grow, you begin to niche down on certain things. You get to realize the places that you fit best. So I have niche down in as much as I am doing brand strategy, personal brand architecture, and all of that. I'm focusing more on individuals, on founders, on entrepreneurs. Like, I mean, someone who knows that I'm doing this, but I want to be known for it. I want to communicate it right. So I have a few government officials as clients. I have some founders. I have some people who are trying to switch lanes. They're like, help me, let's do it right. You understand? And that's it for those people. When you sit with them, you need to understand who they are right from inception, from where you started from, where you're even getting to. And sometimes I can even tell you that where you're trying to go is really not yours. It's not your thing. It's not like, no, you can't work it. There's something that this person in this area needs and you don't have it. It's going to be hard. Like, this is not about God or favor or anything. Like, you just don't have it. It's not about that. And when you get to an organization as well, you need to understand the space you are in, the culture they have built, the system they kind of have, and then what they're trying to project. They all have belief systems, you understand? They all have values they're trying to project, aside the products they're even selling, right? You need to understand all of that because before you can even come up with strategies for them. Else you'll be missing. You come to SMEs as well. I've had people coming to me and the job is not easy. You know,
but the job is the job.
Madam, I know you can't help me. But this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Then I ask you a few questions and I'm like, nah, please, go to the back. You need to start from scratch. You understand me? So there is a difference in all of them. But understanding, I mean, we're still going back to clarity. Understanding all that they are doing and being able to communicate it properly is key.
It's key.
That's all for them.
Very key. Thank you so much. Now, you speak a lot about creating economic pathways for women. You said this earlier when we started the conversation, and so I needed to chalk it down. You talk a lot about that. Now, what practical steps can emerging women, because I'm on this journey of helping women become the best version of themselves. And so I do a lot of that I don't even do much of that here. I do it on the morning show more. Emerging women entrepreneurs to take access opportunities. We women know how to build and destroy things. In this area, you talk a lot about it. What are the practical steps you're actually teaching these women to?
I just want my generation of women and those coming to understand how to build wealth ethically. That's just the goal, right? All the talking, all the English, that's just it. And for some time, I've been using an example. There's a lady recently who was suffering abuse. Her partner was arrested. I mean, because it was just too much. They have a child together. And I think after some few days or something, per the story that you media houses were putting out, after some time, she came out and she was like, but I didn't say you should go and put him behind bars. Now who will fend for my son and I? This is somebody who was being abused, like beaten, violence, close to death. And you're like, I didn't say you should put him behind bars. Who will fend for my son and I? Like, it's crazy. That's just one part. And then there's the other part. My mommy has been through something like that. That most African women, I couldn't go because of you guys. I couldn't go because of you. Where am I going to? What
will happen to you?
What would happen to you when
we
I
will
leave?
Fine.
We'll be fine.
We'll be alive. We'll
like,
even become better human beings
life
just because
will
you
put
left.
us back on. You understand? I'm like, no, these mistakes it needs to be corrected. You understand? And there are so many of that. You find women that it's very sad. Trust me. Let's be real. Let's be honest. We're all going to have partners at some point in our lives. If you don't want to, that's on you. But I mean, we'd have partners. It's so beautiful that your partner will be like, baby, I love what you're doing. How can I invest? How can I be a part of it? How can I help you scale?
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's
like
language that I like
to be
hear.
pumped. I'm a baby girl though.
Full-time baby girl.
Regardless of what, I'm a baby girl. You understand?
And I'm not an independent woman. I have my money, but I'm not independent.
I love to be supported. It's beautiful. A support system coming from a trusted person, it's beautiful. But here's the thing. If that person is not there, are you trying to tell me you can't do anything for yourself? So it really hurts when some women are trying to do something genuinely, ethically. Then you have people saying, oh, Jano, Ebema been a demand. Oh, do this. It's a man. Oh, do this. I mean, it's hard.
Is that what we're good for?
Exactly. And there are people who are genuinely doing that, and there are people who are genuinely building wealth on their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, because of that misconception, because of the fact that we are not projecting the story well, and then, building cultural conversations, right? Where we can say, no, when a woman is doing that, let's know her for that. Let's support her for that. Let's stop these conversations. Campaigns, awareness, let's find ways and means to, diminish all of that kind of stories and stuff. Yeah. Because if we do not do that, at the end of the day, women are still going to suffer.
Yes.
You're going to pin us somewhere. I'm going to do everything I can, and you're going to tell me that somebody that did this for me. No, please specify properly. If you're saying it's my husband, that's nice. If you're saying it's my partner that supported me, wanted to be a part of it. I've had a partner who said, no, baby, I don't want equity in that. I don't want shares. I don't want any of that. But tell me anything you need and I'll support you. Wow. That's amazing. You understand where I'm coming from. So, yeah, that's that.
That's the generation of women you're trying to
exactly
build. Now, you built a digital community around branding and leadership. What role does community play in sustaining long-term influence?
Community is everything. They will tell the story after you've left.
Yeah.
They will tell the story when you are not there. They will mention your name.
Jannice, does your mother pay you for being such a brilliant child? If I had a child like this, I would pay them for honoring me. I'll be paying them every week.
I think my teachers did well. My teachers did well.
Yeah.
But community, they talk about you. They project you. Day in, day out. Somebody calls me, oh, we heard your name here. Oh, we did that. We saw what you did. You did that. It's community. You can't push yourself alone. That is why I admire music artists, right? Who always say, oh, and thank you to my fans, because if you don't stream my music or do this, I wouldn't be where I am, and all of that. That's community, right? And being intentional about how to keep them is what matters, because they can be scattered all around. Then you don't see the power very well. But the projects, the labs, the workshops, and all of those things, put them together. Fun here, education here, that's what strengthens the bond between you, yourself, and your community. Sometimes it's not so direct. It could be pretty abstract, but you're still involved with them. Community keeps the brand alive.
Community, Jannice says, keeps the brand alive. And you can tell from many instances, from even brands like we will name a brand because of our experience with the brand.
Exactly.
And then the brand stays away from the name the producers have created it to be, to what we think it should be. And that these brands are sustained based on from acceptance. And so community is indeed very important to your brand. Now, you're shaping the next generation of women leaders. What key qualities? We didn't hear me. Hear me. Because right now, the things I'm seeing, I want to go into the prophetic and start church for young girls.
For young girls.
Chale. It's not it. It's not it. What I'm seeing, it's not it. But what key qualities do you believe African women must develop to thrive in the future economy? Because if you see what is happening or what is coming in the different economies that we belong to, I was telling someone the other day that it's no longer a gender or race thing. It's who's ready.
Who's ready?
It's who's ready.
Who's ready, who is available, and who's prepared.
So for me, I'm thinking about it, and I look at, I just took on a new mentee, and she is, because she blew my mind with what she knows. And I said, so why are we here? Yeah. We have to leave this room. This room of obscurity, we're done. We've served out. Because sometimes it's important for the building. You need to be out. You need to step out to build. You build in silence, and then you show up prepared. What are the key qualities, Jannice? The next generation of leaders, women leaders, young women in business, what are the key qualities you think they need?
Confidence, topmost, on top of the list.
The gentleman on social media who, anytime he's going to eat,
confidence, number one. So they were not going to do too much. If I said do too much, I think there's this interview I had, and then they had some, part on TikTok and roasting me on TikTok. Some people were like, guys, go and check YouTube and understand what she was saying. That's not what she meant, but it's confidence. We already mentioned this earlier. Me, I can't fight. Physical fight. I can't do that. I don't see myself being very aggressive, but I can defend myself. I was teaching a friend something sometime, her business. She was facing issues with customers and all of that. They were trying to ride, and trample over her because of how she was and her policies. Then I picked the call and spoke to one of her customers. I mean, we took it right from level 100 to level 400, or let me say even PhD level. And I'm like, you don't need to insult her. You don't need to be harsh. You don't need to be aggressive. But you need to take it on as it's supposed to be. She's threatening you with the police. I'm like, okay, if you want to bring the police, then let's do it legally. If you want to do anything, come to the shop and let's deal there. Come to the shop, bring the product. Because I cannot touch it without you not being there. I can't do that. You understand? So I feel confidence comes in various forms, right? It's not, for lack of a better word, it's not a giddy. Like, yeah, you understand? Being, I know myself, I know my this,
I know my rights.
Like, it's not this. If you know it, communicate it well, let us understand.
Yes.
You don't have to shout. It's not about that.
Absolutely.
But we should know how to express ourselves. We should know how to communicate our worth, right? Without doing too much. And it's all about storytelling, communications, and branding, strategy. Find a way. I always say, if you can't do it, come to JTM Media. We're going to teach you.
Because why not? No. I'm not even going to let you put it on a platter of gold here. Yes, we're teaching it, but we're also showing you the way. Because if you start your business, I want to be able to tell people that this thing, I can give you the theory aspect of it. But when you need an expert to speak on this conversation, you need to go to JTN Media to help you.
I'll break it down for you.
Because it's not a one-day thing.
It's not one day thing.
We
can't
are
discuss
scratching the
everything
surface
here.
for you to see what the possibilities are.
Exactly.
But when you have to master it,
right,
you did not expect
Let's be confident about what we are doing. I'll still use this person for another aspect of it. I mean, she imports clothes. And this same customer was trying to be like, hey, you're selling this clothes from here. I don't want to mention the countries, but you're selling this clothes from this side, this side, this side, and you want to do all of that. And I told her that, my darling, if you were to be importing from Shein, Fashion Nova, and all of those places, trust me, you'll read policies before they ship the item. Because when it comes and there's a problem, you can't take it back. So why would you have to do that to African entrepreneurs or an African businesswoman? Like, you understand? We need to be confident. We are doing things. We are doing amazing stuff. Believe in your dream. Trust me. I always say that if you're putting something together, do your research well. Talk to people about it.
Yeah.
There are people that they get to hear of the things I'm doing before it comes out.
Yeah.
Just because, I randomly asked you a question about the health of women.
And no. Also note that I'm also a woman of God. I'm a woman of God. I'm not a woman. I'm a woman of God. I'm a woman of God. Once you started, I knew that this girl.
So I'm like, I'll ask you certain questions. We throw it in here and there. Test what you're bringing on board. If it's good, then you know that you're firm in whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
Adaptability, digital competence.
Absolutely.
Times are changing. This economy is changing. If you don't adapt, somebody says, the era of 2020, I couldn't dance to save my life on TikTok. The next one that is coming,
I will dance.
I will dance. Digital tools, AI, is changing the way we are doing everything, how we are learning, how we are studying. People are finding different ways to make money day in, day out. And what are you doing? Because you are still sitting down opening a regular salon.
Do that.
Where I live, the salons here, I cannot count. Sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, are you all making money?
Are you making money?
Like, you're all making money. The nail salon, spas, and all. I'm like, you're all making money. Like, trust me. Okay, no problem. That's fine. But let's be swift to adaptability. And when something comes in, hop on. See how best you can leverage on that to scale whatever you're doing. It could be the salon. It could be that. But how can you add whatever is, I don't use the word true, but let's not use trending that aspect now, but how can you use whatever is trending or new here for the improvement of whatever you're doing? Like, you understand? Digital competence. Please, those of you hiding, come out. We beg. We want to see you. There's somebody who wants to learn so much about Miriam, but doesn't know you so well. All we know is we're seeing her on TV. She's doing this, she's doing that. But please, you come out so that way I don't necessarily need to have access to you directly all the time. But there's something I can see. You understand me? let's get all those things: confidence, adaptability, digital competence, and trust me, you're good.
You're good.
Opportunities are gonna come. It's just
Lovely.
one connection. It's just one view from somewhere, and they're like, "You're the girl for it. Let me contact her."
I tell you this, and before we go on a break, this happened to me this year. And it's actually really interesting that you are mentioning it, because I know you're saying it because you know that that's how I am. I'm just that girl. Like, I would rather be in my room. I'd rather be hiding. Like, I have a superpower. It's called disappearance spirit. I would
go.
disappear. I would disappear. Put me here, before you turn around, I'm not there. Like,
good.
anything to put me at the front, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And my very good, in fact, we started off as little sister, big sister thing. And I love her so much, but we barely spend time. That's Portia Wikea.
Oh.
We barely spend time. Like, Portia and I probably chat twice a year. She called me in January. She said, Mama, I want to talk to you. I said, what? She's like, I promise. Initially, when she said, we need to talk, I thought something happened to us. Like, hey, God, do I have the capacity to talk to you? I don't have, right now, I'm going through emotional turmoil.
So you take care of yourself
I
first.
can't help anybody at this point. God, please help me. But this God doesn't ask me for anything. So what do I do? So I had to bullseye and then get on a call with her. She's like, Mama, I want you to do 2 things for me this year. I said, Mama, please. I need you to get someone to go everywhere you're going to take videos of you. Please, I beg you. I said, Portia, you just killed me. She's like, seriously? Because I don't know. I feel like you should do that. And I'm begging you. If you can't, I'll hire someone for you. And she paid for it. And she got the person to be following me. She said, we need to strategize. She gave me the strategy to get the person to do. I said, I love you, but this is too wild for me.
Right.
There's a reason why you see what you are seeing. Because me, I can't do what you want me to do. I can't do it. She's like, Mama, please, I beg you. You will do it for me. Let's do it for 3 months. If you don't like it, we'll stop. But I pray that you will not like it. It took 2 weeks of back to back. And every year, like, I'm going to tell you humbly, like, I host events back to back every year. Private, public.
Oh.
I'm busy, but I never put anything out.
I was about to say, where are they? I've not seen them.
The private events I've hosted, I've lost count. This year alone, my first 2 weeks of doing that is what you are seeing all over on social media. Pasha Wikia did this to me. I'm saying that I'm just validating what you have said earlier. That just be out here, let them see you. It's hard.
It's hard, huh?
I'm tired.
You forget about it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Because sometimes I'm also a minimalist. So sometimes I really want to step down.
Yes. Get that feeling
And
sometimes.
when I'm doing that, I want to do it confidently, without worrying about who is going to see me. But yes, Jannice has reiterated the fact that you need to be out here. Visibility is very important. We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to the latter part of the conversation, but that's also the sweeter part. We put the sweet day under. So stay right here with me. We'll be right back after this. Well, if you're just joining us, you made the right choice, but you're late. Great conversations have been had here. So you have to go on YouTube, MX24 GH, to get the entire interview with Jannice Tagoe. The Jannice Tagoe has been sitting with me here, and we've been having great conversations. Trust me, your brand can never be the same after this, but it will even get better if you connect with JTN Media. JTN Media, do you have social media handles? Let's hook them up on that quickly before
LinkedIn for now.
LinkedIn for now.
Yeah,
JTN Media. Slide into that page, get to know about them, and your brand just got started to get into a better place. Trust me. If I get money, I'll hire her. But I'll get friends and family discounts.
Discounts, yes, definitely.
Now, what has been your most fulfilling moment on this journey of building brands and empowering women? What has been your most fulfilling moment? That moment where you say, hey, Jannice, you're badass.
I would say there have been moments where I felt like, yeah, you did that. You made that happen. But it's not really there yet. Yeah, man.
Is your middle name Mimi? Do you have a Mimi in your name?
It's not there yet because I always say what you guys were seeing. I was just surviving. I'm not about to build.
Jannice, it's that thing. They don't understand it. So do you know that people actually don't understand that?
Yeah.
Sometimes my brothers actually think that I'm too hard on myself.
Ah.
But every time I have done anything big, I just call her recluse.
Yeah.
What could be bigger than this? What could be better than this?
I think the only thing I can say is when one of my assistants was like, we were trying to fix something. I was like, Madam, Google yourself. And then I went on Google. I mean, I just typed my name. And AI's overview of me. I'm like, Jannice, like sometimes you listen to yourself.
Yes. Yes, one children.
Is it? Then I started looking at the way AI had like put together everything I do, better explained it, better summarized it, my achievements, and the impact of what I'm doing. Then I went back to see the things I've done. I'm like, Jannice,
the real deal.
You are it.
Yeah, it. You are she and
that
more.
girl. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't think I've gotten there yet. Yeah. Yes, there have been beautiful moments where I'm proud of myself, but I think when it comes to fulfilling, I'm yet to get there. You guys should just stay tuned.
What would success look like to you, Jannice, as both an empowerment lead or coach or a woman in the digital space? What would success look like to you?
Well, in the next, I have a plan by 2050, right? Yeah.
So the girl has planned her life to 2050. What?
Where by then, I can look back about, let's say, looking at Accra alone, when I add other cities, I can boast of about 10,000 women who are documented, who can say that, well, I joined Alliance for Women's Economic Development International's forum, or this particular cohort, or this particular workshop, and my life has never been the same. I want that documented. I want that put on every platform it can be. Then I can be like, yes, I've actually entered people's lives, come out and transformed things.
Like
yes,
it.
my baby is outward. My baby is outward. So that's the magic. When you see me start scaling with outward, you realize that she's there. Yeah, that's it for me.
There are few women I connect with in this industry, and it's for different reasons. Me, one, I'm better with the boys because I'm a boys. I grew up in a house. I had 5 brothers, so like I'm a boys person. The few women, when I see, I have like a really big stupid smile on my face. Like, why are you smiling? It's just so Jannice. And it's actually that bad.
Right.
It is that bad. A few women, like I said, my mother is one of them. After my mother, then you. And then I absolutely adore Anita Risking. When I see her talk, I just melt. And nothing they do me. Nothing is wrong in this world when Anita Risking talks. When she's talking, nothing is wrong. The world is perfect.
You know, just to chip in, there was this event, and then I was on the same bill with her. Like, of all the men, it was just myself and Anita on it. I'm like, Jannice.
You've arrived. I'm telling
so
you.
Beautiful. It was just so, it was just beautiful. Like, just hearing her speak.
Yes.
Like, she knows what she's saying. Like, she understands and she's confident.
Yes.
Because you see Anita shouting. It's only when she's on stage and she's doing the do. Like, that's just it. I'm like,
subtly entering into big rooms, making things happen. It's my vibe. That's my vibe.
So now you can tell the kind of women that I look up to or who inspire me. Like,
it's my vibe. Honestly, let's not shout. One shout or
no. When you're that,
we'll move. Jannice, thank you so much for blessing our set with your incredible self. I know that it's Award International, and the summits under it and the projects under it are going to be great. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Keep pouring into other women. Keep being your true self. Keep being amazing. And most importantly, keep being beautiful. That one, no, we are using it for motivation.
Thank you.
When we come on your page, we use it for motivation. You see that recent picture with the frame behind you? My copy. When I get to my office, that's exactly what I will take the same picture. So I'll put you here and put me here and say who
Yourself
did it
there.
better.
Please, I'm waiting.
No. Amazing
Waiting.
things you're doing.
Thank you.
If someone is watching today, they've heard you speak. You are an incredible woman. They want to they want to either support or be a part of your network. They want to learn from you. They want to actually even purchase JTN Media for the next campaign they are planning. How do they connect with you?
So on all social media platforms, it's Jannice Tagoe. I mean, you see my pictures everywhere. I hear people are creating accounts. You leave them. They are growing their accounts. You leave them. But know that I will not ask you for money online. I will not ask you 300 CDs for my birthday. I'll ask you bigger than that. Yeah. Yeah, so it's Jannice Tagoe. And Jannice with a double N. 2026. If
will
you
not do
text
that
me
soon.
or call me with a 1 N, I will not respond. It's like Calibus with the only boss with an S. Like, no, it's Jannice with a double N. So JANNICE. Tagoe on all social media platforms: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, X, wherever. I'm still finding my feet on TikTok. It's a lot.
Hey.
Yes, it's a lot.
I promise. Yesterday I've been posting video on TikTok.
Whenever I go there, I sleep by 3 a.m. Like, there's a lot to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, all social media platforms, www.thejannicetagoe.com. And yeah, I mean, when you go online, you find my contact, you find my website, you see the things I'm doing, you find me on social media. Just connect. Let's see what we can do together.
Yes, incredible things you can't do with her. Okay, just want to say a big thank you to the GC brand, a big thank you to Telecel for holding us down. Thank you, Jannice, for showing up for me when the team told me that you were there. I said, of course. Then I sold them a bigger plan. They were like, this bigger plan will be for the later part of this show. But this one, she has to be on as soon as possible. So thank you so much for coming. And we appreciate what you're doing. Like I said earlier, we're watching you. Keep doing you and keep doing amazing. You are certainly breaking some boundaries that I think your daughter will be very proud of you. We're super, super proud of you. Keep doing you and keep shining. And those things that when you call me that we should do something, you better let us do it. Don't go and do it behind my back. Don't do that. Again. The show is over. This is how I want to end the show, with violence. But to you out there, I hope you've learned a thing or two, and I hope you're going to be guided. I keep telling you that on this show, we're learning and growing together. So we keep learning from every single guest that joins us here. For us to be the best version of ourselves, we are becoming, and we need to become the best version of ourselves. Have a fantastic evening. I love you so much. Jesus loves you more. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you again next week. Have a wonderful one.